Welcome back, my lovely people, lovely, wonderful people. Another day in crypto. This is your host, Sham. This is 0xfiles. The truth is always out there. So if you're here for the first time, if you're brand new to the channel, smash that like button, hit that subscribe, share with one another, share with the community, and spread the love, right? Spread the love. Because remember, we're here to change at least, or help at least one person every single day through this journey that we have. And this journey started way back in 2020, especially on YouTube. For myself, the journey started in 2016. So I've been in the game for a bit of time, I would say a long time. You know, I mean, BTC's been around about 14 years. I've been here more than half of that. So yeah, it's been a long time since I've been in this game. And I see things in the charts, right? And I talk about it all the time, right? So, and of course, I'm community orientated. So everything I do is for the community. Every time I'm talking about the community. So if you are here for the first time, please do consider at least subscribing. We have a target to hit 5,000 subscribers, right, by the end of the year. It's not much to ask, right? I've seen channels grow, 10,000 in a month, right? So we want to get to 5,000 by the end of the year. Help us support, or support us get there, right? That's what I'm going to say, right? So those of you guys who know me from the past, who watch my videos regularly, welcome back. So we're going to talk about the market a little bit, and of course we're going to talk about anything else you want to talk about. I have a couple of hours, so I don't really mind. I've just finished my daily duties, let's just say my daily chores, or whatever you want to call it. It's been a fantastic day, very uplifting day, I should say. Uplifting day, full of excitement, loads of parties, loads of different things. So it's been very, very good, right? And of course, during all of this, I kind of missed the confirmation candle. So I was looking for a confirmation candle within the hourly candles and within the 4-hourly candles when the market flips bullish. But because with me, look, when the market dips and this and that, it's not interesting. It's boring. It's boring. So I would just normally Netflix and chill in the evening. And of course, in the daytime, go out, party, do whatever. The market doesn't bother me. The market does not bother me. So that's freaking crazy, right? But anyway, market's back. Market's back since the last video. Market's back. And I did tell everybody that, guys, I still stand by the fact that I've said, and I said this in 2 videos now, 2 live streams. I said, guys, I stand by the fact that all the dump that could potentially happen has already happened. However, and I want to warn everybody on this, however, we have, let me just quickly, right. So, however, RA is here, also my brother. I'm doing fantastic. I hope you're doing great, and I really appreciate you coming to every one of my live stream. Really, really appreciate that. It does make my day. So I did mention on the last 2 videos that, look, I stand by the fact that I believe the dump is already done. You know what I mean, right? And the market will recover. We can't really have any more, because if it does, then it basically we enter a bear market. So luckily for us, we didn't get there. Now, I did also stand by the $58,000 mark, and I explained exactly why, so I'm not going to explain that again. And I did say that I don't want to see the 58K. However, it's a number that's there. We did get to around 61,000 something, very close, right? I mean, I can tap and tell you exactly what number we went to. So yeah, we did go to a low level. What was the number we went to? We went to 60,000 actually, guys. We actually went to $60,000, right? Can you believe that? We actually went to $60,000. So of course, it didn't get to 58, but I'm okay with that. I appreciate, and I do love the fact that the market also saw the numbers and realized what kind of a trouble we could get into, right? And they followed and they said, right, let's just recover this, because we did fall below the 21-day. Currently, the market is pumping a little bit up. I'm not too concerned. However, and this is the warning I want to give everybody, until $69,000, if we do not go above $69,000, I would say 69,100 or whatever, right? Any 69,000, any number, doesn't matter. And close a candle above that, even on an hourly or hourly, ideally, the higher time frame, the better. That will confirm to say, yes, we're back on track, right? But if that doesn't happen, we do have a potential to dump down a little bit more, right? So please do understand this. This is very, very important. We shouldn't just all of a sudden lose emotional control, right? We're in the market. We understand. Let the market do what it does, right? And, we need to also navigate carefully as well. This is one of the reasons why yesterday or the day before, when I did the last live stream, I said to everyone, I said, guys, if you do want to hodl, or if you do want to buy something, you want to FOMO because it's bloody. And of course, we FOMO when it's bloody, but we do it with a stop loss, right? So I know a lot of people have probably done it with a stop loss, and they even probably got stopped, right? Depending on what kind of a delta point like they put in, what kind of a percentage difference they put in. Some people may have got stopped out, but others are still in the game, right? So that's what I'm looking at. Market looks okay. I'm not going to complain too much. As I said, 69,000 for me is the number I want to see BTC do for me to start punching, like pushing forward, right? Or, you know, doing anything. Now, Solana is doing something else as well. Solana today flipped BNB. So Solana is now the third, apart from USDT, is the third largest cryptocurrency by market cap on the freaking planet, right? On Earth, right? And the reason I'm saying Earth, because a brother of mine, he said, you must be from another planet. I think I am. I do admit that. You know what? People identify as, you know, they're this gender, they're that. No, listen, when it comes to gender, there's only two gender, in my opinion, man and a woman. That's it. There's no ifs and buts. However, I do believe that there may be a potential for us to actually be from a whole different planet. And that's what I think. I'm just from another planet, right? That's what I believe. My ancestors, everything, they came from another whole planet. My ancestors go back millions of years, by the way, right? So I don't know how about humankind, because I think humankind, according to Darwin or evolution theory, have been around for a few 100,000 years and whatever, evolution, whatnot. But when it comes to me, my ancestors been here for millions of years, as far as I'm concerned, right? So yeah, and we haven't changed much. We're exactly the same, right? Just got a little bit more intelligent. They also talk about intelligent. They say a human being uses only 10% of his brain in his entire lifetime, right? Actually, it's not true. So there was this there was this test that Mythbusters did, right? And they found that a person was sitting there using 35% of his brain. It's not even really smart or anything. He was using 35% of his brain. What they mean to say is that 10% of the brain has been explored. So big brain scientists out there do not know how the other 90% of our brain work. So maybe they're using 10% of their brain. Sad for them, but that's what it is. I see Maxim here. Also, my brother, nice to see you as well, right? So ask me any questions if you want, guys, if you want to talk about something. So market today, look, currently sitting at $2.47 trillion. BTC sitting at 67,700 right now. Just for reference, I don't know what day it is. Hold on, let me just check. Give me a second. What day is it today? Okay, it's Wednesday. Oh, this is how bad I am. It's Wednesday, the 20th of March. And the current time is 10:42 p.m. here in the UK. All right. So please keep that as a reference so you know exactly what it is, right? Maxim's asking how to do stop loss. I will definitely talk about that as well, right? So BTC currently sitting at 67,755, Ethereum sitting at 3,518, Solana at 191. And I want to talk about Solana. Solana, if it goes to 201, so the number I'm looking at is $201. That would be a validation point, and it will invalidate anything else before that. So all the bearishness, it would invalidate that, and it could potentially go into a parabola and actually start pumping again because the force is so strong. And now that it's gone to market rank number 3, there's no stopping this, right? So this could actually start pumping to the moon. So that's what I'm hoping for. My bet's still on Solana. I've said to so many people recently, I said, guys, if you are considering buying something and you think everything else is expensive, and you're looking for potential to do something good in a good cryptocurrency, in a big project, pick Solana. Don't worry about anything else. Just pick Solana and you'll be fine, right? It will definitely outperform Ethereum. It will definitely outperform BTC, right? Let's just say this, right? BTC has already done its percentage, right? Now we're looking for new price discovery, new all-time high. Unless we get another few $1 trillion coming into the market, it's not really going to pump anywhere. And there are manipulators out there. Right, there are manipulators out there. Most of the price that you're seeing has nothing to do with people actually pumping the price. The whales are still holding, right? In fact, they're dumping and, you know, pumping and dumping the market, right? And more and more people assume that, oh, we have so many adoption and this and that. That's just a narrative. Forget the adoption, right? People who are really adopting are the centralized people, are the institutions and whatnot. And they're not selling, right? And us shrimps, right, we're getting smaller and smaller and smaller because the shrimps panic and they sell, right? And what happens is basically we're giving it away to the institutions, because the institutions have got infinite amount of money. Remember, they've got the money printers. They don't really care. And what I mean by that is if they need funds, they just go and loan it out. That's how crazy it is. They literally go to the bank. I want to buy BTC, loan me XYZ, and they'll get it at 0%, right? And I'm talking about companies like MicroStrategy and ETC, right? So again, I don't have anything against them. It's absolutely fine. But what I'm saying is we also need to be strong-minded, strong-willed, and say, right, that's what we want to do. We want to take control back. Unfortunately, right now, we're giving control away. So that's the situation. Now, let me read some of this comment. So Maxim said, people who have qualities like compassion, kindness, integrity, loyalty, etc. are people who actually progressed on another level. Haters are still behind. Haters, you know what? Listen, I am a unique person. I believe I'm a very unique person, right? I know I don't agree with many things in life. I know I don't agree with many people. I know I cannot connect with many people. In fact, hence why I actually call myself a little bit of an introvert, because I can't sit in a table with 10 other people and see how they behave because they're following whatever narrative's been given to them, and I'm thinking outside the box. I can't agree with people, so I try to just keep to myself. I'm like, you know what, it's okay. I respect your views, right? Even though it's not your views because you've been fed that views. I would appreciate more if you had your own views. You know what I mean? But it's okay. I still respect it, and I won't really get involved in stuff like this. So I am a very unique person in that sense because I have my own views, own theories. I look at everybody else's theories and I respect everybody for whatever theories they have. And then I come up with my own theory and I say, well, that's more likely for me. That's what I feel is going to happen. So that's what it is. Now, Maxim says, how to stop loss, right? So I do, Maxim, I do appreciate you saying, like, haters are still behind. It doesn't matter. Listen, haters will be haters. We need a balance. We need a balance. It doesn't matter, right? As long as people understand what I'm about and people understand this entire journey, and the only way they would ever do that is to watch 700 videos. And I don't expect them to watch all 700 plus videos that I've ever did, because that's how you see this entire journey. You see me, you see how I've gone through, how I've evolved through time and where I am now, right? And it will make total sense. But those who don't, you're new, it's fine. Pick up right now. Don't worry about what I've done in the past. Look at what is there now. Because I always say the truth is out there. Why? Because I'm like a public record. Everything's there. Everything I've ever said, all the numbers, all the dates, right? A lot of people say, well, how do I navigate your videos? Well, it's easy. If you look at the date when it was published, that's actually the original date it was published. Because I do not do pre-recorded videos and then publish them 5 days later or a month later, because all my videos are relevant to right now. Of course, if I did publish something later on, maybe a day, 2 days later, I still mention the date inside it so you can have a reference and go back to it. And obviously those videos are not time sensitive. Does that make sense? So there are videos that are not time sensitive, are not relevant to the time, and I will happily post them a few days later, a month later, it doesn't matter, because they're not important, right? But the important ones, you can actually see the date it was published. That's how important it is. That. So Maxim says how to do stop loss. Now, stop loss, my advice is, Maxim, go and watch that video, the trailing stop video that I did. Go and watch that, how to master trailing stops. Watch that. It will give you a good idea of how it works. But it's not available on all exchanges. Please be aware. Smaller liquidity exchanges, they don't give you that function. There's a reason behind this, by the way. There's a massive reason behind this, right? While we're on the subject, let me explain the reason to you. If you have a massive exchange, of course, you have very high liquidity. And with the high liquidity, you can allow people to come and do stop loss, limit orders, whatnot, and this and that, buy, sell, do whatever, because you have the liquidity available, you have the funds available. So when it comes to smaller exchanges, they don't want you to get out. They want the liquidity. That's what the whole thing is. The reason they don't allow you to do trailing stops and whatnot in this, they want to keep the liquidity in there as much as possible. So the only thing they have close enough is a limit sell. Why? Because they want you to sell at a small price, but at a lesser price, right? So they can grab it off you. And remember, the exchange sees your hands, right? Now, they do this obviously for liquidity, that's one. But also, when you do a limit sell order, someone will snipe that off you, right? So you'll end up losing, right? So this is why, unless you're prepared to sit on a computer and do it yourself, monitor manually, I recommend don't go to smaller exchanges. Of course, they're great for everything else, but don't go to smaller exchanges. They won't help you in the long run. Some of these trailing stop, the stop losses and this and that, these are big boy stuff, right? So if you have to do KYC, ETC, whatever, go and open an account on Binance or whatever, do it. Believe me, do it. It's well worth it, right? That's the only way you're going to navigate this market and actually trade like a boss, right? So that's what I do recommend. I do recommend Binance, basic KYC level 1, you're enough. That's enough for you. You don't have to go to the institutional grade, this and that. So I do recommend doing that. So if you can, right, or find another exchange similar to that that allows you to do stop loss trailing stops and this and that. There are some new exchanges that are derivative exchanges. They do allow you to do that, but whether they allow you to do it on a spot, I'm not sure. But I know Binance does, and I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? In fact, Binance has exited UK, right? So Binance doesn't trade with UK. However, with crypto, it doesn't object me. I can still do crypto trading. So that's what's going on. So I'm going to get to so Maxim's saying, so MEXC and KuCoin aren't good. They are good. There's nothing wrong with them. What you have to understand is what their purpose is, and ultimately, can they afford to allow everybody to exit on a stop loss? Do they have sufficient liquidity? Because that's the key here. Liquidity is the key here. If everybody sets up a stop loss and the market starts dumping, do they have enough cash in hand to hand over to you? They might not. Do they really want to buy something that's dumping? No, that's what you have to understand. So exchanges need to have sufficient liquidity in order to fulfill those orders and give you the money, because it's all about giving you the funds, right? Taking your BTC at a loss price and giving it to you, right? Because when it comes to stop losses, it's not so much about market makers and market takers, right? It's more to do with how much liquidity is in the pool that they can give. And I can say this because I've designed a cryptocurrency exchange myself. So I have that experience and I know, and believe me, those were the concerns I've had. I was like, oh my God, okay, shall I enable leverage trading? Oh shit, I can't do that. I don't have enough liquidity. Or shall I enable stop losses and this and that? And I realized I can't do a lot of those because I just don't have the liquidity. If I don't have $1 million, how am I going to give you $1 million? I can't. You know what I mean? That's the reason why this is happening. So they're not bad exchanges. They just don't have the liquidity and they can't afford to pay everybody out when the market starts bleeding. That's the key here. Okay. So just understand that, right? Yeah. So, KuCoin, if they have the function, look, I don't use KuCoin as my main exchange. I do use it to buy some shit coins every now and then. A lot of the time, actually. MEXC, I do buy it. Again, I use it for shit coins, right? Honestly, I don't do it for anything else, right? They are not my main trading platforms. My main trading platform is Coinbase. My main trading, Coinbase Pro, and my main trading platform is Binance. Those are the two main ones I deal with, right? And I do a little bit of BitMEX every now and then, and Bitfinex as well, right? But not too much. Kraken I haven't used for a long time, so I can't say anything about Kraken. I haven't gone to their platform right now. You know, I don't know what they look like, what they've done, right? So just be aware. But go and look for an exchange. It doesn't hurt, right? Go and look for an exchange that has those functions. That's all I'm saying. As soon as you go to the order book, if it has a stop limit or a trailing stop, that's it. That's all you need, right? So it doesn't matter who you pick. Ultimately, those are what you're looking for. Those are the functions you're looking for. That's all I'm saying, right? Right, let's go back. I'm going back now. So RA says Solana recovered quickly. Yes, Solana did recover quickly. Oh, he meant Solana. Okay, Solana. I haven't checked Solana actually, to be honest. I do have it on my list. Let me quickly just zoom in and just see Solana. Solana, yes, nice, 37% pump. Not bad. Solana did a 30, so that means I'm in profit. I do hold a whole bunch of Solana from before it went onto the exchange. I think it's gone to the exchange now, so I do hold a whole bunch of that. In fact, yesterday I did post something on Discord about BOME, Book of Meme or something, and that was down. I'm hoping that is up now as well, but I'm not tracking it, so I can't really see what's going on. I will definitely check it later stage. Solana, do you think it's worth going into Unibot? Absolutely, absolutely. RA, if you are looking at Unibot or any other bot, there's so many, Shuriken bot, this, that, whatever, so many different bots, right? Just prepare to set, you know, setting wise, my advice is, you know, they have these, what's it called? Slippage, right? So they have high slippage. My advice is try, like for selling, if you want a quick dump, then keep a high slippage. But for buying, tighten it up, right? Why you want to have that much slippage for? And also when you do buy these meme coins, look for how many people are actually buying and selling, right? And Dex Screener does a good job. I do like Dex Screener for that. KR, he's here as well. I see KR. KR mentioned a platform the other day. I think it was called Proton or something. it's a good platform. I do like it. Very clean interface, very good. But I still prefer my deck screener, right? Because deck screener shows me how much money is being bought and how much money is being sold. So when I see the ratio, if I see there's more dumps happening, right, I'm not interested. So I can see that at a glance, and I do prefer that. So I'm more used to using deck screener, if that makes sense, right? Now, but there is another bot that I use sometimes, Shuriken, blitzing fast, really good. If I really want to buy something, sometimes what do you call this? The Unibot bugs out for whatever reason. Then I jump onto Shuriken. I've noticed they do charge a little bit higher fees, and I do get less coins. It's probably just how they built it. It's because they can make money, and it's okay, guys. We you know, everyone needs to make money, right? So sometimes I will use them if I really desperately want to get into a coin and I can see it's pumping and I need to get in and snipe it fast. It does allow me to snipe. So that's what I do with that one. But then there's a few other bots that I use. I can't remember all of them. So there's about 3 or 4 bots that I use. Do you know what I mean? It's not just one bot. I don't just stick to one. But yes, it is definitely a good thing to do. But my advice is do not load it up with more Solana than you need, right? So if you're intending to go and trade half a Solana or 1 Solana, that's it. Top it up with that. Don't go and put everything in there, right? You know, because you should never expose how many Solana you have. Does that make sense? Never do that, right? Never risk that, right? Because you never know what's going to happen. So you're going to leave a connection open between these bots and someone's going to hack the bot and all of a sudden you lost all your Solana. So don't do anything stupid, right? My advice is always load up what you're willing to lose or what you're willing to spend, basically. That's what it is. And if you make profit, get it off the exchange, get it off, right? So Solana. Maxi says, screw ETH, Solana is the way to go. For now, we don't say screw anything, all right? But also, we are not going to be super bullish on anything as well, right? So, yes, Solana's currently a narrative. We want to follow that. We want to make the money. We want to get the hell out. We want to protect our funds, obviously, with stop losses or whatever decisions we make. These are decisions we make, right? But there's no such coin right now that is the best of the best. Nothing. Believe me, not even BTC, doesn't matter. There is no such thing as the best of the best. The only best coin you should think about, the only one you should support is the one that makes you money. That's it. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be a meme coin. It could be a complete shit coin, right? It could be anything. It could be my coin. It doesn't matter what it is. Ultimately, you only follow one narrative. It makes me money. It's a good coin. I make the money. I get the fuck out. That's it. It's over. Chapter's closed, right? Let's open a new book. So that's the attitude you should have, because if you're in it to make the money, that's all that matters. Nothing else. We follow the narrative. We make the money. We get out. I'm a holder of ETH. I'm a holder of BTC, right? But I'm also a holder of Solana. However, if I see Solana's going to outperform, I'm behind Solana. I'm going to put a little bit more into Solana. If I think Ethereum's going to outperform BTC, I'm going to put a little bit more in Ethereum, right? But I won't touch BTC. So I'm following the narrative. I'm like, what's going to give me the higher return? That's what I want to follow. Does that make sense? Because it's all about making the money, guys. You know, we don't care about what the coin is. We're not in love with anything, right? So, so Maxim says, so that's actually why I asked. You need to hold on. You need to keep the money on the exchanges, right? Yes. So money on the exchanges, look, USDT, USDC, whatever you trade it with, that is equivalent to money, in my opinion. That is money, right? So all others doesn't matter, right? That is money. And that gives you the freedom to move it wherever you want, right? So that's what I'm saying, right? So I see a whole bunch of messages coming. Binance says it's not in the UK, but I bought crypto a month ago. Yes, you can buy crypto with USDT, USDC. That's what I'm saying. Binance doesn't allow you to do any fiat transactions in the UK. They're not allowed to do it, which is fine. But with crypto, USDT, USDC, we're still able to buy, sell, trade, and do leverage trade if we choose to. We do not have any problems with that. So Binance, yes, definitely not allowed to be in the UK with the financial, because of the financial regulators like FCA and this and that. But it's only to do with fiat. Understand this. Fiat is the problem. Crypto is not a problem. Binance doesn't stop you using crypto. You still have millions of dollars worth of daily transaction limit. Doesn't matter. Binance does not bother you with crypto. Remember that. It's only fiat that's always been the problem. Hence why Binance says screw you, right, to the fiat, because that's what it is. I mean, that's what most people are going to say. You know what I mean? So that's what it is. So Chaos says, thanks, no problem, brother. Maxim says, well, the state of Hawaii still doesn't allow Binance and Coinbase to be registered. That's unfortunately, USA is kind of messed up in that sense, right? USA is messed up. 53 states have their 53 different freaking rules. I mean, are you a country? What are you? This is one of the reasons why I said there are so many people in America who don't know that there's a whole other world out there, right? Because they feel that each state is another country because it's treated like another country. They act like another country, which is so stupid in my opinion. Sadly, that's the reality. There's nothing I could say about that. However, I do know that in America, California is quite friendly. Miami is quite friendly. Texas is very friendly, right? And there's a few other states out there who are very, very friendly. So Los Angeles, I don't know if they're a state or whatever. I think they're part of Miami anyway. But the point is there are a bunch of states that are friendly, but it's just the USA bullshit, right? I can't say enough about this, but it's just what it is, right? Maxim says, what would be the best sleep edge for selling and swapping and buying? What do you mean? Sorry, oh, slippage. So slippage, let me explain slippage. That will make total sense to you, right? Right, what slippage is, right? Actually, I'm gonna have a little drink and I'm gonna cover their branding because they don't promote me. This video is not promoted by these guys. Let me explain slippage. Slippage means that when the market is moving, the candles are going up and down, up and down. A candle could move 1%, 2%, 3%, 5% in a single minute, right? And it's moving every single second, apparently. Obviously, right? Not apparently, obviously, right? It's moving every single second. So what happens is within that 1 second, if you're trying to buy something and it moved 1% or moved 10%, well, now your order can't be fulfilled because the moment you press the button, say, for example, your price, you said, I want to buy at, just giving a hypothetical number, $1. But it moved by 1%. Now it's 101, right? But your order was placed at 1. Your order's not going to fill. So with the slippage, you say, okay, I'm going to put 5% slippage. That means that when it goes to 101, your order will still be filled at 101 because it can actually go either direction, 5% up or 5% down. That's all slippage is. You're just saying that when that price slips up or down, I'm ready to buy and I'm prepared to buy at a higher rate or a lower rate within that percentage mark that I set up. So if you set up a 5%, a 10%, whatever, fine. Now, when I sell, I do not give a shit, right? To be honest, because I want to get the hell out, right? So I'll have a high slippage. Normally I set up around 10 to 15%. Some people have 20, 40. I've seen bots with a default setting of 49%. Because the reason these bots do this, and by the way, they're not doing it with any nefarious thoughts. They do it this way because they know when a rug happens, it happens freaking fast and it could dump 49%, 100% immediately. So you have a chance to get out at least with half your money. That's all it is. That's the reason why the bots have a default setting like this, right? And then buying, I personally prefer, like when I'm buying, I always buy at the price I want. So I want to navigate the market. I'm like, now I want to buy. So what I would do is, depending what I'm buying. So if I'm on the computer, and understand this is very important. If I'm sitting in front of a screen on my phone or on the computer and I'm buying some degen meme coins, right? My slippage is usually 1%. Because I don't care if the order doesn't fill. I'll press it again. I'll press it again, right? And I'll fill my order as I want with the price that I want. So I'm not desperate. If it goes, it goes. I don't give a shit, right? Now, when I do limit orders, then it's a whole different. So I use a whole different bot for limit orders, right? So when I do limit orders, what I need is that order to fill. And if that slippage is not, doesn't have a high margin, it will not fill. Because I want to buy it at that specific price or within that range. So I don't care if it goes 10, 15%. I want to buy it. So I'll have a higher slippage when I do a limit buy, and a higher slippage when I do a limit sell. Because same thing, I need it to sell around that price. So 10% up, 10% down, I don't care. I'll put it there, right? So sometimes normally I will have a slightly higher slippage on the limit orders. However, lower slippage in the manual buys because I'm controlling the narrative. I don't really care. Bam. you know, you press the button, you're done. So that's all slippages, right? That's all slippages, right? Even swapping, the same thing, because when you're swapping between coins, there's a price difference. It's the same thing, right? So I hope that kind of makes sense what slippage is, because it can be a bit daunting and a bit confusing sometimes when you don't know what the lingo is or what the term is, what the jargon is, right? That's all it is. It's just saying that slipping of the percentage in prices in the candles could affect when you're buying, because when you press that button, it fixes on a particular price and that price may not deliver. So that's all it is, right? Any other question, guys? Drop it in the comments. Let's continue, right? So yes, as I said, look, market. Maxim says, I'll buy you a Porsche when I get rich. Thank you, my brother. Thank you very much. I look forward to it. How about that? I look forward to it. But what I would love you to do first is don't think about buying me a Porsche. I want you to buy a Porsche. I want you to make a target and say, right, by the next 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, I want a big, you know, 2-story mansion, 10 bedrooms. I want you to imagine that. I want you to think about that. Say, I want a 10-bedroom mansion. And you say, right, I want a line of Porsches outside my house, or whatever cars you want, 5 cars outside my house. That's your target, right? That's your target. And then when you have achieved all of those, I'll take one of your Porsches. How about that? Is that a good deal, right? I don't think anyone could make anything better than that. I want you to achieve all your goals, and then I want to take one of your cars. How about that? Right? You are pushed for on another planet. Thank you, man. Awesome. No, you listen, we're all from another planet. It's not about, listen, greed, want and this and that. We want, but that I want certain things, right? But I don't look at small things. I'm not materialistic. I just am not, you know. I told you so many guys so many times that like, I don't even have a watch. I don't care. I don't wear jewelry, none of that business. I just don't, I'm not materialistic. You know, I look at bigger things. What can I do big enough that's going to impact something massive? I'll give you, oh, you're going to love this one, right? You're going to love this one. Okay, let me, while it's in my head, let me tell you this, right? This is freaky, right? So the other day, remember in the daytime, I did a live stream. So I did a live stream in the daytime. And then like 10 minutes after I finished the live stream, I had a phone call, right? Some random number, not saved. I don't even know who it is. Some random number called me, right? I don't know who it is. So he called me and he said, oh, brother, I got your phone number off some WhatsApp group. I'm like, huh? Okay. He said, I've been watching your videos and this and that, whatnot, and this and that, and I wanted to talk to you. And I said, yeah. And then we were talking and found out that he's from Luton, and you know, his name is XYZ. And he said, save my number. So I saved his number anyway. He seems like a genuine guy. I saved his number. And I said to him, I said, you're in Luton? I'm in Watford, like what, about 15, 20 miles away from Luton. When you're free, pop in, you know, and it's Ramadan, come and have iftar with us, right? So he said, no, not during Ramadan, I'll come back later. I said, you're welcome whenever you want, apart from Monday, because I'm not there, but come and see me whenever you want, right? You're local, come and meet the brother, no problem. And through the conversation, we spoke like half an hour. We spoke for half an hour, and through the conversation, we got into a conversation where we were talking about this scam project called OneCoin, and the brother mentioned me OneCoin is like, and we talked about it was like, yeah, remember the OneCoin, and I used to get a bunch of people coming to me to buy BTC and XYZ, whatever, right? So these are way back in the days I'm talking about this, and you're kind of remembering certain things, right? And that thought stayed with me. So I finished the conversation, left, and you know, back of your head, that thought's there, and all of a sudden I was like, this is no joke. I'm not even joking with you. I literally, you know, went home, had my normal day, went home, and now I'm just trying to relax. And all of a sudden, I'm like, I'm feeling dread. I'm feeling sad. I feel like, you know, my energy is being drained. I was like, whoa, what's going on? And then that thought, I was like, OneCoin, that wrecked so many people. OneCoin, according to the intelligence and all the reports, apparently OneCoin robbed anything between, for the lady who ran it, right, Ruja Ignatova, she robbed people between $4 billion and $15 billion, and she vanished, right? She vanished. Now, don't know what's happened to her, but that's not the point. It's irrelevant. Millions of people got hurt. Millions of people got hurt from her. And then I had this crazy thought. I was like, what can I do to help these people? So I'm feeling dread. I'm feeling guilt in my mind. I'm like, what can I do to help these people? Because you watch these people get destroyed, right? And there was this, I was just back in my head. And then I'm thinking, I'm like, right, I'm going to go into YouTube. So I went on YouTube and I saw this documentary by DW, right? It's a German thing, DW News. And they did the documentary, they call it the Crypto Queen or whatever, right? And I looked at that and I see people in Uganda, Rwanda, whatever, these like backwards countries, right? Where they can't even afford anything. Some guy sold his family's wealth to go into this. I'm like, these are people, they're gone. Their lives were destroyed by this woman. What can we do, right? As an individual, as a community effort, how can I help them? And I had these crazy ideas come up to me. I was like, all these thoughts coming up to me. I'm like, oh, maybe I could help these people. Maybe we could do a cryptocurrency project and maybe we could distribute the cryptocurrency to them first and then sell it to the greater world. And then these people can uplift themselves. And I thought, oh, maybe that doesn't work, right? So I'm having all of these thoughts. All of a sudden, I'm having these thoughts. And it happened to me. You know what I mean? Because you think about it, it's like, I didn't believe in it. I was taken to a meeting and I didn't believe in it. I said, oh, this is nonsense. Why are you going to preach BTC to me? BTC, you did this, you did that, you missed it. Come and join OneCoin and I'll join it with BTC. Well, what? Sorry, you want me to give my BTC to join you, but you just dissed BTC. You just dissed it on a freaking stage. Are you freaking mad? So I went out on a smoke break and I never came back again, right? 100% truth. That's what happened, right? So that's what it was. And but anyway, it is what it is. I've had crazy thoughts and I'm thinking about how to change the world, how to do things in a complete different way while I also build something for myself. But I'm not interested in the big payout, if that makes sense. I'm more interested in how can I build something that lasts for a decade, 2 decades, 3 decades, 4 decades, maybe even a century, right? And it pays off residual income. How freaking crazy is that? I'm not thinking about making big money. Don't care. I'm not materialistic. I don't give a damn about that. But how do you make something that is sustainable, that benefits everybody, at the same time gives you a very small return, just enough to get by? That's it. Pays the cost for the servers and etc and whatnot, right? And pays the community back. A community dividend system. Freaking hell. That's it. Light bulb moment. Boom. All of a sudden now I know exactly what I need to do. So that's the kind of thoughts I have, guys, honestly. So RA says, how do you think how high do you think Solana can go? Just a prediction. I don't do predictions, but I have told a few people that I believe Solana has a potential to do easy from say from 200 to do a nice little 3x, if not a 5x, right? 5x is $1,000 from here, by the way, guys. It's $1,000. And the reason, I'll give you a reason, by the way, guys. So please understand this, right? We don't need to go crazy on the numbers. We need to be logical on the numbers. And here's the logic that I've given. Ethereum currently sitting at, what was it? Let me just check Ethereum's market cap, right? What's Ethereum's market cap? Hold on. Can't even check it here. Anyway, Ethereum is currently sitting at $400-500 billion. All I'm saying is Solana currently being the third one at 70 something or $80 billion. From here, 5x, that's only 400. We don't even go close to, I mean, we go close to Ethereum, but we don't take over Ethereum. Simple. It's a simple maths, right? Possible. You know what I mean? We're not going over excited. We're saying, well, it's possible to be just $100 billion below Ethereum, right? So I'm not going, oh, we're going to take over Ethereum. We're going to be the number 2 coin. If that happens, by all means, why not? We're holders, right? We're freaking excited. But logical sense, 5x, that's nothing. So market cap 5x. Does that make sense? So the price could be anything because we could have token emissions and more tokens coming in from the inflation and all the mining and everything. That might dilute the price a little bit. But 400 billion from here, 5x, guys. Simple. So the market cap can 5x, in my opinion. I don't see a reason why not. You know what I mean? So nothing too extraordinary, just simple maths. So that's what I think it will be, right? RA says, my dad invested in OneCoin. So sad when legit coins existed, even Bitcoin. Your dad invested in OneCoin. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. So I just, honestly, I don't know what to say. If I knew you guys before, if I did a face video before, because I didn't do videos during that time, guys. I used to do faceless videos, right? And most of my videos were like just Google Talk or whatever it was. I could forward. It was like a bot just talking. So I didn't really go and do. I didn't talk about stuff. You know, I used to be really like keep to myself like a ninja, right? Actually, I was called a ninja at one stage, right? My gaming name was Ninja Style. So I used to be like a ninja. Obviously, when I got overwhelmed with all the requests and all the community and family and friends coming up to me, that's when I got pissed off and I started doing YouTube. Before that, honestly, I would have never been on YouTube. Today, you would have never seen me if people, friends and family didn't bug me, right? I wouldn't be on YouTube. And of course, on YouTube, you can see how I've evolved into what I am now. I'll give you a good example. You've probably noticed that I now do an intro, who I am, what the channel is. The truth is always out there. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe, smash that like button, break your phone, whatever. Of course, I'm still freestyling. Of course, I'm still not doing it on a script. I never do scripts, right? And I don't have a schedule. I do not do a fixed time either. I do it based on the community demand, right? But I'm actually practicing doing this thing because a friend of mine's come up and he said, bro, you're doing a fantastic job out there, but you need to tell people who you are. How are people supposed to know who you are? Because you're talking to one person, you're taking names and you're talking to individuals, but that doesn't relate to them. Get them involved. I said, okay, fine. I'll practice. So kind of these intros that I'm doing, I'm actually practicing and kind of getting into the flow where now I can do it by default. Like in the beginning, I struggled. Now I can actually do it by default because the first thing that's in my thought when I start the video. So that's how I'm doing it, right? RA says, yeah, he was convinced by an uncle, but I guess it's his fault for trusting him. Luckily, he didn't put too much into it. It's not about that. Like, okay, let me put it this way, right? There's nothing wrong in trusting people. As human beings, the least we could do is trust everybody, right? Until we can't trust them anymore. We should trust people, right? We're humans. We need to trust everybody. We need to respect everybody. That's what we do. But when it comes to financial decisions, we need to sometimes not, so what it is like this particular one coin situation, right? It's the promise. Promise, oh, you're going to make this, you're going to do this, you're going to do that. No, don't fall for anybody who's promising you anything. Don't go in until the promise is fulfilled, or don't go in until it becomes a reality. That's what just stay back. Don't need to do it. You don't need to do it. That's what I'm going to say, right? For example, if I launch a coin today, right? And I say, right, this is when it's going to come out. This is what you have to do to enter and get this coin, right? That's a promise. I don't expect anybody to enter. If I then launch the coin, that's when you enter. And launch means maybe a pre-sale, maybe a pre-launch, right? Whatever you call it, right? It's there. That means you can actually now take this asset. And there's a fun fact about this. A lot of people don't know about this, right? And this is how a lot of the projects play as well. During a pre-sale, liquidity doesn't have to be put on an exchange. So there's no buying and selling. You can't buy and sell because you're only buying. This is a one-way system. But what people don't know, and we've done it before, what people don't know, you can actually buy coins on a pre-sale, go on a freaking decentralized exchange and put your own liquidity and start trading it. And it's happened before. Coins that were pre-sold started trading before the official launch because people, it wasn't locked to anything. So people said, right, hold on, I'm a freaking whale. I got 20% of the supply. I want to start creating anything. And that's what happened. Recently, there was one on YouTube. Remember, there was a guy who exploded on YouTube, right? Where he created a meme. I think he created a meme coin or a token anyway, using ChatGPT. I'm sure you've heard of that story. And he wanted liquidity and he got rugged and this and that. He didn't know how to do it. Someone actually took coins off him and provided liquidity without him. And that's how the coin exploded. So these are possibilities that a lot of people don't know, and these are real things. At least now you have an asset. You can say, right, I own this asset, I can move it, do whatever I want. Do you know what I mean? Again, I'm not trying to plug anything here, guys. I do have a project. I will announce it officially. Right now, this is not it, right? But I'm just giving an example here, right? So yeah, as I said, look, humans are humans. We need to be respectful. We need to be kind. We need to trust everybody, because if we lose trust in people, we're not humans. We lost our humanity. That's all I'm going to say, right? So, you know, I don't blame the other guy, because he's probably been brainwashed as well. And then he's come up to you or your dad and he said, look, this is a great project, great idea. Why don't you get into it? And unfortunately, he got wrecked. They all got wrecked. You know what I mean? They all got wrecked. So what can you do, right? But I'm glad he didn't put too much into it. But yeah, always think with a clear head. Anytime you see something that's too good to be true, take 2 steps back, if not 3, and ask yourself, too good to be true. I always stay away from too good to be true. That's exactly why I'm saying you're one of a kind. Other YouTubers literally sell themselves on Discord and YouTube for some products, for coins. They literally lie to people, to DCA, and take the money. Bro, I've never ever come here on YouTube and shilled anything or promoted anything that's not already there. So I've talked about BTC, I've talked about Solana, I've talked about Ethereum, the billions of dollars worth of market cap. I've talked about those because I hold them myself. I've never talked about coins that I do not hold. Why? Because I'm not here to shill anything. I'm not here to promote anything. I'm here to just to give you the facts that are on the chart right in front of me. And anytime anybody thinks that I don't have a chart in front of me, I'll happily flip my camera and show you. I have a chart right in front of me every single time. There was one of our group members, Free Energy from Discord. He met me the other day and he wanted to see my car setup. And he was like, well, how do you do? I showed him my car. I literally started my car engine, and the car engine lights and everything came up, and he saw my screen come on. He's like, what the hell? I'm like, that's my chart, bro. I don't listen to music. I don't listen to nonsense. Yeah, podcasting, this and that. But my screen, the one screen in front of me, is my freaking trading view screen. I bought, by the way, there's a fun fact about this car. I bought the car because of the screen. How freaking insane is that? I went on all sorts of platforms looking for a particular type of a screen. I wanted a nice large screen that I could see. None of these 7-inch screens, right? I wanted a big, nice 10, 11-inch screen, right? So I looked around, and I found a whole bunch. And I was like, they're kind of ugly, they're shit, I don't like them. Then I found one that looks almost factory OEM, right? And I was like, oh, looks like an original manufacturer's. So I saw that and I was like, right, how much is it? It's about 500 or 600 pounds. And boom, I'll buy that, right? Then I bought my car. I bought a car after I bought my head unit. How freaking crazy is that? I bought the car for the head unit. Head unit fried out. Like a year later, one of the head units fried, sent it back. I said, right, I want another one. You know what I mean? I bought a car because of the head unit. How freaking crazy is that? Freaking insane. But that's what it is. And I know I'm never going to tell anybody to go and pump into anything. Never going to do that. That's not my game. In fact, my project that I'm launching, I'm going to announce it to the community, but I don't expect anybody to come and join it. Why? Because that's not what it's for. You know what I mean? That's not what, I'm not there to take your money and do certain things. No. In fact, this is crazy, right? I don't even know if I should say this here, right? So here's the fun part, right? No, do you know what? I won't say it. I'm going to wait. When the project comes alive, I'll talk to you guys about it. And right now, nah, it's not the place. It's not the video to talk about it. Also, in case, God forbid, you will lose a coin by a scammer, do not trust those people who promise to give it back to you. There is no such thing. No one's going to get your coins back for you. You know, if you lose it, you've lost it. That's the whole thing. So, by the way, I have a question. What is going on the exchange when the new coin is listed? The first 5 minutes on many coins, price doesn't even move. Why? So put it this way, when an exchange launches, exchange is receiving these tokens to create the pair, right? So the exchange creates a pair to launch it. They dictate whatever price they're going to sell it for, but at the same time they also allow people to come and provide liquidity, means they can now come and add more to the coin, right? So when that happens, a lot of people actually have sell orders, right? So that means the moment the market opens, they want to start dumping, right? So this whole crazy thing happens where the algorithm kicks off. At that time, you will see candles won't even move because so much is happening within those few seconds. It's just unbelievable. But they expect people to start buying up and pumping the market so that way they can sell off to people. That's all it is. exchange listings, you know, when people get really excited, oh, this coin is coming to an exchange, it's going to be freaking awesome, and this, guys, centralized exchange or any exchanges, when a coin is launched, understand one thing, there's only one reason why that coin is gone to an exchange: to dump on the on people. That's all it is. They just want to cash out. That's what it is. And of course, now that the coin has momentum, so it's not all bad things, good thing as well. Now the coin has momentum, coin could go to new prices. But the founders, the creators, the exchanges, all they want to do is make their money. They may want to make their money. Why would they put crazy shit coins and meme coins and whatnot, no founders, no none of this on exchanges? Why? Because they want to make money. Everyone's after the money. That's all it is, right? So that's the reason why they list these things. So just because it's listed on the top exchange doesn't mean it's a freaking great coin. No, it can be an absolute shit coin. It could be an absolute scam coin, right? And the whole intention is to scam you because they're listing on an exchange. So what I normally do is any coins, let it dump. I don't care. I'll go in 3-4 days later, 7 days later, I'll go in and I'll pick it up again. I'm not excited on the first day. Nah, leave it, because I know what's happening. They need to dump. Let them dump, right? When they finish dumping, then I'm going to buy. You know what I mean? Yeah, don't jinx it. Don't say about the products that aren't live yet. Absolutely. No, I won't. Actually, no. So I'm not jinxing it. There are some crucial details. There are some important details that I was going to just blab out here. But there's no point, right? There's no point, because this video is not for that project. I'm not here trying to promote my project. You know what I mean? So why would I say anything? When it's ready, you'll see it on the website. I'll publish the website. Here you go. Here's the website. If you like it, you take it. If you don't, you don't. Doesn't matter. I know what I'm doing and I know what I'm building. You know what I mean? I know what kind of community I have behind me. That's fine. And I'm not talking about our Discord community, by the way. I'm talking about a whole different community. I'm talking about massive investors and this and that, institutions and all sorts of other stuff, right? But I'm not bending down to anybody. I'm not giving up to anybody. These are my rules. This is what's set. If you like it, you take it. There's a pre-sale. The price starts at a particular price. If you want to go and take the whole lot and become a whale, buy me. One guy came up to me. I'll tell you this much, right? One guy asked me, he's like, what price are you going to be pre-selling the tokens for? And, you know, because on the tokenomics, right? I said, well, we're going to start pre-sale at 1 cent per coin. He said, well, what if I buy the entire lot? I'm like, well, that's fine. He's like, but if I buy the entire lot within the first 48, because the price changes, right? It's like, if I buy it immediately, then I become the whale. I'm like, yeah, good luck. Because you've got to sell it back, right? He's like, yeah. It's like, if I sell it now, I will make money. I said, yeah, but you've just given me liquidity. By you being greedy, you've given me liquidity. Of course, you're going to make money. You're going to make money, no problem. But you've just given me the liquidity. So it doesn't affect me whether someone buys the whole lot, becomes a whale, or someone doesn't. Ultimately, the liquidity is there. That's the whole intention of this. I wanted liquidity. Because when you're doing a fresh coin, there is no liquidity, right? And I'm not trying to dump it to people and say, right, here, take it. That's the reason why I set it up as a penny, right? Or cent, 1 cent. Because that way you know that what's a cent going to do? Nothing. It's going to generate what? If I say, for example, I send 4 million coins, if it's a cent, it's only going to generate $400,000. That's the only liquidity you're going to get. Do you know what I mean? Unless the other person who bought it provides the rest of the liquidity, it doesn't work. So that's what it is, right? So no, I'm not jinxing anything. Listen, I've had so many people contacting me when I'm ready. When I'm ready, it's not ready yet. Why? Because honestly, I'm not ready yet. You know what I mean? People who want to make money want to launch a project tomorrow. That's easy. I can launch a project tomorrow. You want a project? I'll give you a project like in the next 10 minutes. I can get off this video and give you a project within the next 10 minutes. Easy. That's how easy it is. But when you're trying to do something big that may have a massive impact on people's livelihood, on people's wealth, on people's everything, right? You're trying to make a change. It's not easy. It's not easy. Honestly, you can convince people with a scam coin to come and give you money because they're going to be making a shit ton of money. And all you need to do is feed a few people, right? So enough people, just a handful of people make money, that project will pump, right? But when you're trying to do something genuine, that's going to be everlasting, it's not easy. It's not easy unless you have some of these institutions and this and that backing you. And I have nobody. Because I don't agree with their rules and regulations. Oh, fuck you, I don't care. I'm going to let this roll and see what happens. And let the world decide what they want. Do they want this or not? Because if they don't, then I failed. If they do, by all means, I'm a winner. You know what I mean? So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. RA says, is the project going to be launched in the bear market? RA, originally, I did plan to launch it in a bear market. So the project itself, okay, let's explain this, right? So the project itself, the original project that I was working on since 2018, was almost 90% built. 90% built. The website, everything was up there, by the way. So 90% of the project was built. Then I had a bit of a misfortune where the companies that I was working with, who was building it for me, they ended up liquidating and going. Like basically they closed, right? When that happens, I lost my project. So it's an unforeseen situation. I lost my project. So I said, okay, fine. What can I do? And that's the project I was going to launch in the bear market. And just kept on delaying and all sorts of other stuff. Partially my fault and partially their fault as well. But I can't blame anybody. If the company's not there, company's not there. So just misfortune, I would say. That's happened. Now I've rebranded, changed everything, changed the methodology, and also changed the technology a little bit more. And I'm thinking I'm going to launch it. But this project, I can launch it whenever. This is the beauty about this. I can launch it in a bear market. I can launch it in a bull market. It doesn't matter when I launch it. Because the project itself, the tokens itself, is not connected. So previously, the token was connected to the decentralized exchange. So it was a DEX, right? It was multiple DEXs. It was called parallel decentralized exchanges. So there's multiple decentralized exchanges. And the token was connected to it. This time around, the token's not connected to it. And this is a beautiful thing, right? A lot of people hear, huh? Token's not connected. No, the token's not connected to the exchange. And like for example, Binance, their token is connected to the exchange. You go to the exchange, you pay less fees with Binance coins, or you go and you lock your tokens and you receive more BNB. And every other time they have a paid promotion, like a token launch pad, which is a paid promotion. You can lock a few BNB and you can receive a few of those tokens just to get the market rolling and excited. That's all it is, guys. This has similar kind of functions, but it doesn't do that. It's a whole different kind of thing. It's a dividend token, which means the reward that you get is the exchange revenue. Right? It's the freaking revenue. No one's ever done it. I just blabbed it on the fucking video. Anyway, I'm not going to say anymore. Can't say anymore. So it's going to launch. It's coming soon. Hey, I have another question. Uniswap is a bullshit app, right? There are so many honey pots. It's not even funny anymore. No, it's not that. Listen, Uniswap, right? There are plenty of DEXs out there. Uniswap's not creating the honeypot. Understand this, right? Or any decentralized exchanges. They're there just to make money off the people from the fees that they collect, right? So they're collecting a fee. They don't really give a shit about who's pumping and what kind of projects are launching. As long as they get their fees, they're happy. It's the creators. And remember this, 99.9% of every single new cryptocurrency project that comes out has only one intention: to make money off you. That's what it is, just to make money off you. So please understand this, right? If you understand this behind it, it's like, okay, they want to make money off me. The Uniswap is not to blame, right? No decentralized exchange is ever to blame. They're not doing anything. They just gave people a platform for people to go and start launching their own projects. And what happens is, a lot of the time, these projects, they have the ability to rug. In fact, the first iteration of my own project got rugged. The first iteration of my own project on Uniswap got rugged. I still have the Uniswap liquidity token, or the NFT that they give. I still own that, but there's no liquidity because someone pulled the liquidity. Someone drugged the freaking liquidity. How freaking crazy is that? So there are people out there with bad intention. You know what I mean? I'm not even a big project, so why would they attack me? And they attacked me literally, right? And they took the entire liquidity out and they rugged it. I was like, you know what? Fine. I have the tokens, by the way. I have all of the tokens. I've just lost the Ethereum, which is fine. I'm like, not bothered, right? It doesn't matter. So it is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But yeah, I'm not going to blame Uniswap for what happened to me. It's got nothing to do with that. In fact, the ERC20 standard, right, or the Ethereum standard, which is a copycat, BEP20, whatever you want to call it, right? They're all the freaking same thing, right? They're all copycats of Ethereum. they all have vulnerabilities in the code. Now, I made a mistake when I done the code. I had all the functions, and it was the part of the function that actually was the vulnerability. So this is one of the reasons why I've changed how I'm doing this particular launch, one, and I've also changed the contract on how it is, what kind of functions to put into it, because I've realized I don't need to have a contract with every single function available in it. I just need a handful of them, because the token doesn't have to be, I don't have to make it vulnerable. You know what I mean? That's the key. I don't want to make it vulnerable, because I can make a smart contract do certain things. So smart contract technically doesn't have to be a token. I can make it do other things. So when I do a particular type of a staking smart contract, that's how I'm going to be able to enable the dividends into any token, because a token would be your receipt that you own that token. That's all it is. So all I'm looking for is proof that you own that token, and evidence that you have locked it, or staking it, whatever, and then you receive through that pool. So again, I'm using a smart contract, nothing else. So that's how I'm going to be able to manage this. So ideally that should work compared to the way I did it before, because the way I did it before was all in the same smart contract. So that was freaking crazy. But in that case, greediness will destroy crypto community. Yes, it is. Greediness is going on. As I said, 99.9% of the people are greedy. Well, I don't mean people, I mean the people who create tokens or rug and this and that. That's all it is. In fact, Solana meme coin, I can assure you, there are as a handful of people literally on a mission creating tokens every single day, probably every single hour, right? And how you can see this is if you look at particular type of coins, you'll see a pattern, right? You see the similar kind of a name or similar kind of a meme or drawing or whatever, or icon. That's a giveaway. That's the same people. But what they do is they make fresh wallets and they just constantly do it, right? So that's a reality that happens because they figured out that method works for them and they can make a lot of money out of people. Now, you can also make money, right? And let me explain this. Like, you can jump into one of these projects, make a nice little percentage, 1x, 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x, whatever. But as long as you get out, you're fine. If you don't, then you get wrecked. So yes, a lot of people are going to get wrecked, sadly, right? But few people are going to make a lot of money. Depends on which side you are and who you are. Like, are you going to make money or are you going to not? But you can't predict that. You wouldn't know that. It's a risk you're willing to take. That's just one of the reasons why we would only invest money we could afford to lose in such projects, because you know what it is, right? You know what it is. Like Book of Meme, right? Right. I bought that. That's doing okay. That's on the exchanges as well, by the way. It's on Binance as well. Then there's another one called Book of Degen. I'm sure it's the same people, but one succeeded, one didn't. You know what I mean? So that's what it is. Guys, do you have any other questions? It's been almost 1 hour we've been here. So if you have any other questions, please do let me know. I see Maxim here. I think Maxim's the only person left here. Everyone else is left. I think they don't like the what I said. I must have pissed off a few people. If I did, I'm sorry. If you're new to the channel, smash that like button, hit that subscribe, share with one other. You never know what kind of value you find here. Add it on here. So one person on Twitch. I'm not sure if Twitch conversations come here. RA's still here. Awesome. RA just suddenly popped up. I don't know why. It showed me one person. RA just suddenly popped up. RA, do you have any other questions, brother? If you do, let's talk about it. If not, then yeah, there's one person on Twitch watching me, but weirdly I can't see any messages from them. RA, are you in Twitch? I don't know. Are you in Twitch? I'm not sure. Just waiting to see if anyone else has anything to say. If not, guys, then it's been an awesome stream, right? I'm not going to carry on unless there's something else you guys want to talk about. So here, RA said he's not from Twitch. Okay, fine. I don't know. Someone's on Twitch, but they're not saying nothing. I don't even know if it comes through. I don't know how it works, right? Listen, though I was streaming to YouTube as well, and I stopped because the other day after I did the YouTube, the first time I did YouTube, I had so many different calls come through. It's just freaking crazy. So Maxim says he has to take a few calls. Go for it. It's been 1 hour. I appreciate you all coming here, and I appreciate the conversations because, as I said, I'm not like, for me, I'm not here with the subject. The subject is you guys. Whatever you guys want to talk about, I'm happy to talk about it. RA says going to use profits from this season for the project. Let's hope so, brother. Let's hope so. You know, but when the project is there, you'll see it. You know, I hope it makes sense the way I'm doing it. But for me, the most important thing is to protect user funds, number one. So I want to protect the user funds. And of course, I want to make a sustainable project that actually benefits everyone in the long term. So that's the target. That's the key here. So RA says, thank you for the live stream. No, I thank you for coming to the live stream, because if without you guys, I'll be literally talking to a screen on my own, because I know this is kind of an awkward time where a lot of people can't make it to the stream. They do watch it later, but you know, it is what it is. So I do appreciate that. Thank you very much to everybody for coming to the stream, the person on Twitch as well. Thank you very much for watching this entire show. Maxim, RA, appreciate that. And yeah, let me catch you guys on another one very soon. Other than that, like, share, subscribe, please. And let me catch you. Adios, my amigos.